Hello everyone, I'm RB. Welcome to my video discussing, recapping and reviewing Love Island. Tensions are rising and the verdict of who is dumped from the villa is revealed. But for now, back to the start of the episode as Joey wants to know what's going on with Omar and Matilda. Meanwhile, Tiffany tells the girls that it's not right with Ronnie. She tells them that she's stressed and the girl says that Ronnie won't be angry with her and to speak to him and get it off her chest. Sean and Matilda chat. He said he didn't want any more pies, he didn't want to jump the gun, and he feels like they're similar. She loves that and she feels the same. The boys chat and they play a game, Eggy Boff apparently, and it's to basically not be the first one to speak to the person in front of them, which right now is Omar. And Omar gets annoyed, but they reveal it's a game. He said he was about to lose it. They continue the game with some of the girls, and Nicole and Mimi feel confused. Nicole walks off and they shout that it was a game. Joey tells Kieran, you can't play games with your girl. Ronnie and Tiffany go to chat. She gets straight to the point and says something is missing with them. She wants to know how he feels. He said it's just started, but they have attraction and chat. She doesn't feel like they're touchy-feely. He said he just likes his space, and she feels it's too jokey and maybe not physical. He said he respects that, but he looks confused and said it's too early to have the chat, but he thanks her, and she feels relieved. Ronnie tells Joey that Tiffany only sees him as a friend. He looks annoyed and tells the boys it's so early. Joey said the ego gets dented, and the girls chat and Tiffany tells them that Ronnie took it so well. Then to Nicole and Jess, and she relays the Eggy Boff game and how she's not sure if she's overreacting over the game. Jess said she's not overreacting, and Nicole says she will now give him the cold shoulder in bed. I think personally maybe it's getting a bit too childish now. Grace says to Joey that Omar says flirty comments. She said she would say if there was something there with him and that she doesn't want to get to know him. She said if Joey wasn't there, then Omar would be her type, but that she's not interested in pursuing him at all. And she also tells Nicole not to carry on with the childishness from the Eggy Boff game. Sean and Harriet chat that maybe Ronnie will start approaching her. Omar and Joey chat about the chats with Grace, and Joey said he should have told him, where Omar says he didn't ask, and Joey said there's no competition. It gets quite heated, and Joey said that there's no problem, and Omar says don't show off. I did say last week that a feud was brewing. Will said that was a bit leery, and Kieran said not to speculate and to let them sort it out. And Omar thinks that Joey's weird and insecure. It's night time, and Joey and Grace kiss, and Kieran sleeps outside. Well, this is a tad over the top, but what's your opinions? Comment, like, and subscribe. It's morning time with the squinty eyes and the sunglasses. Sean feels that the night was very bizarre and the air needs to be cleared. Nicole finds it childish that Kieran came in the room and got into bed with Jess. But quite frankly, if he did come into the bed with her, would she have let him in? Joey said to Sean that last night was weird tension and that Grace isn't interested in pursuing Omar. He said if the shoe was on the other foot, that Omar would be bothered. He said, as a friend, Omar was being shady. But let's not start with the feet and Omar. Anyway, the girls chat. Nicole said little things Kieran does make her wary. Tiffany again says Ronnie took it well. Jess said his ego will be bruised. The boys chat. Kieran's annoyed. He said he came for a reason, but Nicole's annoyed about the Eggy Boff game. He said he adores Nicole. Well, that's the last time they'll be playing that game then. Ronnie jokes that he's got dumped. Io is shocked. Ronnie said that he was all in with Tiffany, that he was gutted, but that is a new day. Harriet and Matilda chat, that her and Jess bonded over Ronnie, basically. Matilda feels like Harriet matched his energy, that she'd love it if they got together. But wasn't it just last week that she said he's a story liker on social media? Joey and Omar chat. He said last night was a madness. He said Omar's got to understand that Grace told him a few things, and Omar wants to know what was told. And he said that maybe his friendliness comes across as flirty. He said he's annoyed as Joey tried to embarrass him, but Joey feels like he didn't embarrass him and that is silly. Omar said if he did disrespect him, then my bad. And he says he's not trying to get in there with Grace. And they clear the air and they hug. Maya enters the villa. Ronnie says he's a single man and he's living the dream as he's got binned. Kieran called Nicole class and said they'll get over their bicker. Maya's got important news. The public have been voting for their favourite couple. The couple with the fewest votes are at risk of leaving, and that Matilda and Connor are exempt. The first couple saved is Mimi and Io. The second couple saved is Nicole and Kieran. And the third and final couple saved by the public is Harriet and Sean. I told you Harriet's entertaining, and I reckon that Ronnie will definitely chase her now that she's perceived as popular. The others are vulnerable. one girl and one boy will be dumped. That decision will be made by the islanders, and the saved islanders make their decisions. They discuss the option, and Harriet said the girl and boy they've decided to dump from the villa is Tiffany and Omar. It kind of makes sense, really. They say their goodbyes, and Ronnie said he'll be sad to see her go, and Omar says, have fun, be yourself, and be free. Tiffany says it's bittersweet. Sean and Kieran disagree on their decision. Joey feels like there's no point carrying this on. I mean, he's right, however, the decision does benefit him also. Kieran, Sean, and Io chat. Sean said he was straight to the point. He feels like the connection with Matilda was stronger with him than with Omar. And Kieran said that's fair, but it doesn't sit right with him. And Sean feels like he would have done the same if it was him. And personally, if Kieran was that against the decision, then he could have said at the time and disagreed. But what's your opinions? Comment below. Harriet said that she still has feelings for Ronnie, and Matilda says it's unfinished business. She feels it's a shame that Omar's gone, but that she would have been gutted if it was Sean going home, and she feels it's more flirtatious with Sean. Elsewhere, Grace and Joey chat. She said it's not nice being in a vulnerable position. He said he sees them as a power couple. They think it's because of Omar and Grace's interactions with him that they are vulnerable. However, did they forget how they treated Samantha? Sean says it was big decisions to Matilda. He said it's frustrating as the others were cold, as Sean wanted Omar out of the equation. Matilda laughs. She says it's quite ruthless, also that she would have been livid if Sean left, that she's got more of an idea of who she was feeling, meaning Sean. The girls chat, and Matilda reveals that Harriet still fancies Ronnie. Jess said that her and Ronnie were never really shut down, and she doesn't want to be mugged off again, but they didn't give it a proper go, and Mimi feels she should let him know. Ronnie and Harriet chat. He said it's the right time for a discussion. He says they did have something good going on. He said Tiffany caught him off guard and that he wanted to give that a chance. But, he doesn't want any more triangles, and he apologized for how he dealt with it, but he doesn't feel it ended bad with Harriet. And she said it's unfinished business. He said it's not a triangle and it's just him and her. And Harriet is happy, and she asked him, what about Jess? And Ronnie said he had more of a connection with her, not Jess. Jess is watching on and she looks livid. She said she won't be a doormat for him and comments that she feels Harriet will be loving this. But I mean, Jess shouldn't hate on Harriet. She needs to direct her feelings to Ronnie. Then there's a preview. Sean and Matilda kiss. But what's your opinions on the episode? What did you think? Comment below. Thank you for watching and catch you for the next episode.